Hello. Welcome to another episode of our Kingdom Scribes podcast. How are you guys doing this afternoon? We are going to be talking about finding your niche as an author and a thought leader. As you are coming on in, go ahead and say, hey, let me know where you're watching in from. Tag a friend. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. For those of you, who do not know me, my name is Chanel E. Martin, and I am the founder of Beyond the Book Media and, of course, Kingdom Scribes. And my goal is to help you to create your legacy, grow an impact and income with published books and info products. And so we're going to be talking about creating. Finding your niche as an author and a thought leader, because I feel like that's an area that many of you struggle in. Again, as you are coming on in, go ahead and say hello. I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to come in because we just sent out a broadcast about that. But this one is going to be good. Okay, it's going to be good. Let's see. If you've been missing them, you can go on our YouTube channel, or you can go into our Facebook group and check out the archives of all of these. How y'all doing? What y'all doing? How's the weather there? What's going on where in your neck of the woods as we are getting started? Let's see, I'm gonna tag the folks, tell them to come on in here. And then we're gonna go ahead and get started right away, y'all. I'm excited for what I have to talk about today. So just do me a favor, y'all. Just do me a favor and just go ahead and just tell them, say, y'all come on in. We getting started. Let everyone come and join us now. All right. I'm gonna jump. Excuse me. I'm gonna jump right on in to this in just a moment. Look, I'm trying to see who in here. Okay, look, someone said, because they don't always show the comments. I'm trying to see. Okay. Hey, Destiny, how you doing? How's the baby? The growing baby doing in your belly? I've been seeing your photos. You look absolutely gorgeous. You look absolutely gorgeous. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll reintroduce myself. So, hello everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Chanel E. Martin, and I am the founder of Beyond the Book Media. And you're watching Kingdom Scribes. It's a live podcast that I do just about every Friday, in which I share just marketing, writing, and information on how you can maximize your influence as a thought leader and as an author. So today we are going to be talking about finding your niche as an author and a thought leader. I do want you to take some notes because I'm going to challenge the way that you've been thinking and the way that you've been operating and how you have not been leveraging the genius that's inside of you, and why many of you are just being y'all just way too generic. Okay. All right. So how many of you feel like you understand your niche? Just let me know in the comments. Let me know. You can put a 1, or you can say I got it. How many of you know or feel like you understand your niche and where you're called? Let me know. Oh, I just saw you come on. I just saw your Idris. Shout out to the writing room members. I just saw your membership just come through. You know that we have a monthly writing club called the Writing Room, in which we can coach you and hold you accountable to writing and finishing your book and creating your legacy with written content. Hello. Okay, so Dion says he got it in a way. LaShanta says, I got it. Hey, Trelissa, how you doing? Latoya says about 30%. All right. Destiny, you said she busy. Look, I get it. Okay. Well, we're just gonna go ahead. I have about 5 points that I want to talk about. And so the first thing, before you find your niche, you need to understand your message. Okay. What is your message? Okay. How many of you guys understand your message? What is your message? What is it that you feel like in this season of your life that God has called you to broadcast to the world? Why does God have a reason to platform you? Why would God platform you? What message are you broadcasting? Let me know in the comments. Put in the comments, right? So, for example, I know one of my messages is the using hearing God prophetically for your business and hearing God to write your content and to produce books to create generational wealth and legacy for business owners. Like I'm super niche, okay? So I have both of those. So I help Christian entrepreneurs build, grow, produce their businesses with God by tapping into prophetic and spiritual gifts, right? That's one message. Then my other message is to help business owners, pretty much that same demographic, create legacy by hearing the voice of God to create your content, starting with your book. Okay. All right. So Latoya says, extreme obedience, walking in faith, using pain into purpose. That is good. That is good. Anybody else want to share what you believe your message? Okay. I said, Idris says God heals. Okay. Anyone else want to share what their message is? I'm looking at the notes, the comments. All right. All right. So while you guys are typing in what your message, if you don't know, just put I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. Everyone doesn't know. Some of you guys are still trying to figure that out. Okay. All right. So the first point is understand your message. The first thing you need to do before you can even find your niche is like you need to get down and figure out what your message is. Okay. And I'm going to talk through about how you can figure that out. So the first thing you want to do is you need to understand what makes your message unique. Okay. So I want to challenge, it was Idris. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. You said God heals, right? I want to challenge you because I want you to decide what makes your message unique. So God heals is so broad. Some of you haven't been able to establish thought leadership because your message is way too broad. Edrins, thank you, Edrins. I think I said that right. Okay. Okay, so Tasia says helping others to walk in their freedom. What makes it unique? What makes that unique? I want you to find something super unique about that. So when you say to help women or to help others heal, what are you helping them heal from? Okay, Charlisa says to encourage women fighters, survivors of cancer to know there is life beyond diagnosis. That is good. So once you figure out what makes your message unique, that means you're going to have to dig deep, because if your message is generic, if everyone is saying the same thing as you, then you are not going to be, let me not say you not, it is going to be hard to position yourself as an expert. Okay, so you want to find something very niche about your message. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, you need to find something very niche about your message. So I'm talking to the people who's giving us something. Okay, so who is this? The name hasn't popped up. To help individuals deal with transitions. Okay, so Don says help individuals deal with the transitions of life and adapt to the change that has occurred, right? I want you, even Don, I want you to go deeper than that. Helping them deal with what type of transition. You don't want to be generic. To be a thought leader means that you have cornered a very specific, unique piece of a market. And if you're saying, okay, I help people go through transitions, you have so much competitions. But if you say, I help people transition from divorce to dating to marriage, that's a niche. Or when you say, I help people I help Christian, I help Christian executives transition from divorce to dating to marriage. Wow. Now you have a super, super duper niche, right? So number one, you need to understand your message. And in that message, you need to know what makes your message unique. Your message should not sound like everybody else's message. Your message needs to be unique. Okay. So Tasia said freedom from childhood trauma that causes a domino effect of life choices. I think that you can even get even deeper than that, Tasia. When you say freedom from childhood trauma that causes a domino effect, what type of trauma? Right? Is the trauma sexual abuse? Is the trauma physical abuse? Is the trauma emotional abuse? Is the trauma the loss of a parent or a loved one? Find out what that trauma is. Okay. And I know sometimes we as believers and as people of faith, we feel like we're excluding people when we niche down. You're not excluding anyone. You're establishing yourself as an expert because there is someone who needs specifically and uniquely what you have. So Joyce said to help organizations to develop a healthy org culture focused on DEI and leadership development. I would even go deeper, Joy, and find out what types of organizations, small to medium organizations, what industries, okay? What industries? Okay. Chastity says, I help busy professionals, women in corporate America to get more energy so that they can increase their visibility and their profitability using her 6-step energy framework. Now, that right there, listen, that's a niche. She was super specific. Someone should be able to readily identify with what your message is just by you sharing it, not have to question if they qualify. Okay. Not have to question if they qualify. To encourage women to live very public lives and heal and move forward from domestic violence and sexual abuse. Okay, I want you to think, hey Nicole, I want you to, what type of women? Is there a specific age group? Right? Remember, we are niching down. So you need to understand your message. You need to know what it is. You need to know what makes your message unique. I want you to get as granular as possible. I want you to be as unique as possible when it comes to figuring out your message, and then find something niche. And here's something that you can do, y'all. You can do a Google search, but don't be generic. So what you can do is you can do a Google search like and learn more about sexual abuse. So like for you, Nicole, you can say, okay, I'm gonna women living from moving forward from domestic violence and sexual abuse. Do a Google search on your niche and see what other things come about. What other keywords pop up? Go look at some of the experts in that industry and figure out how you can hone down. And so I love that, Joy, when you said law enforcement and county municipalities. That is super niche. Okay. Joanne, you said I help people feel better about themselves when other people make them feel broken. Joanne, you can niche down. What type of people? Who are the people? Who are the people that you're making feel better? Better from what? When other people make them feel broken, how are they making them feel broken? Is it narcissistic abuse? Is it sexual abuse? Is it low self-esteem? Right? You need to write this down because that's the message you're going to lead with. Now, number two, we talked about number one, understanding your message. What is it and how, and find something very unique about your message because that's what you're going to lead with. Number two, you need to find out who needs your niche. We're going to spend just a little bit of time here because a lot of us, we woke up or we felt like God called us, or maybe God spoke to you and you had a passion for what you're doing, or maybe even you experienced something like this and you want to help other people. You want to help other people with your message because it's something that you've experienced or something that you've gone through, right? And so we make the mistake of thinking that everyone is just like us. Or here's the other mistake that we make. We make a mistake that everyone is just like where we are now and not the future version or where we were. Because some of you are helping people because you once were that person and you're looking at it from an outdated and jaded lens. So if you're going to find your niche as an author or a thought leader, you need to get to know who needs what you have and you need to understand who they are. Okay. Now I'm about to tell you guys a secret or something that you can do is you can do your research. Because I'm going to tell you something. What happens is, I tell y'all, like, what happens is one day we wake up and we decide that we're going to help people heal. Okay. I'm just using this as an example. I'm going to help people heal. So then you go get a graphic, you go write a book called Heal, you go start a group and you have no idea or you're way too broad. Heal from what? So it's not speaking to anybody. And you're trying to figure out, okay, why am I not getting booked? Why nobody wants to call me for conferences or to speak or for seminars? But when you say, I help people heal, I help women leaders that are stuck in low level jobs because of narcissistic abuse. If you can say, I help women corporate leaders that desire to advance to the next tax bracket, but are stuck because they had a narcissistic relationship. I just made that up. But do you see how specific that is? And there probably is someone who is not advancing in their career because they have low self-esteem because a narcissist or a narcissistic relationship stopped them or told them they weren't good enough. Now you perk open the ears of someone who has experienced that, right? So, are y'all following me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if y'all are tracking with me, okay? Let me know if y'all are tracking with me. Because when you get specific, so you said you went through that, Edrins. Okay, think about when someone says heal versus someone gives that really specific niche. Now you want to listen to them because now they're talking directly to you. Now, if they have the solution, you're gonna buy from that person because they're speaking directly to you. They're not just saying, oh, heal. So when you write your book on healing the corporate what how can I make this up, overcoming climbing the corporate ladder and while healing from narcissism or something, right? When you write that book, when you create that course, right, then you're going to attract that person. And then guess what? You can charge a premium. Now you're not charging a little $47 or $97 for something like that. You're charging $19.97. You're charging $3,000. You're charging $5,000 because you've found yourself a niche. You've now established yourself as a leader in a particular area. And the person who needs that, they know, they realize like they got into the regular healing coaching programs on how to heal. And they didn't quite make the mark because they needed something else. So now they're searching and they're going to find you. So here's how you can do that. Search for existing communities or groups that cater to your niche. Okay. Someone let me know. I'm looking to see what some of you guys have said. All right. So I'm going to go with this trauma from sexual abuse, right? That seems to be a lot of you guys are really writing on that. All right. So let's say you help people heal from trauma and sexual abuse. That's your niche, right? And we're trying to find you something unique. Okay. My first thing is going to say, who are you? I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to think about who you're helping heal from from trauma and sexual abuse. Sorry, from trauma and sexual abuse. Who? Who? And don't say everybody. I want you to pick somebody. Just pick a subgroup because everyone's going to have different needs. Now, let's say if you're like, okay, let's say if you're generic, you're like, Chanel, I don't know. I think it's just women. I want you to go and Google groups that help women or men or people heal from trauma and sexual abuse. Go find those groups. Go find those organizations. You can get on Facebook. Y'all ready for this? Go get on Facebook and just type it in the search bar. I bet you there is a Facebook group that is already catering to your niche. Keep a track record because you're going to pitch to them later. But while you're doing your market research, you can go to that Facebook group and go look at the people that are in there. Go look at their profiles. Go check them out. Go see what they're talking about. See if there's a deeper level. Okay? See if there's a deeper level. Are y'all tracking with me? Because where many of you guys are struggling in your thought leadership, I'm telling you, you're way too wide. You have way too much competition, right? It's like you trying to compete against TD Jakes and you a pastor. Who you think gonna win? Of course, TD Jakes. They're gonna go with the well-known person when you're a generalist. But many of you can't afford to be a generalist. You have to be specific. So yes, you can go look on, absolutely. You can go look on LinkedIn. LinkedIn does have groups. Yes, LinkedIn absolutely has groups. So again, we're talking about finding your niche as an author or thought leader. So the first thing was understand your message. What is it? The next thing I talked about is find who needs your niche. Okay. We're talking about search for existing community groups that cater to your niche. Look and see what type of a person that is, and create an avatar from this, from their similarities, and see if there's something else that they're not, that some sort of solution. I guess that leads me to my next point, and next three. Point number 3: write down how you can uniquely serve that niche. Okay, how can you serve that? How can you serve them? How can you help these people now that you've super niched down? So I'm looking at some of you guys, what you guys were saying. So Latoya says, women of faith, Christian ladies. I'm trying to find, Latoya, what your actual generational, help people heal from generational, help you. So Latoya, you help Christian women heal from generational trauma and family wounds. So your next thing to do is for you to go and find groups on social media, online, Google, find those people, do a study. You can find, I say find it, get you at least 20 people that you can look at. If they're on Facebook, at least you might can go look at their profiles. If they're on Instagram, go look at their profiles, go see what they're doing, and then figure out, okay, how can I serve them? How can I serve them? And of course, there's 3 ways that you can serve your niche. Through number 1, the easiest way to get started is through infopreneurship, right? And that is by creating books, workbooks, courses. So one of the best ways that you can serve your niche as a thought leader is with your message. Because remember, we're finding our niche as an author and a thought leader. So you're serving them with your message first, right? And from that message, from your brain, the information that you have, right? Because you're a thought leader, right? You're an influencer, you're an expert. Of course, level 1 is put it in a book. That's just level 1. That is absolutely positively level 1. It automatically stamps you as an expert. But again, you want your book to be as niche as you can possibly make it. Okay? Excuse me. So you want your niche to be as I love Amber. Amber, I see you on here. You actually have a really great, phenomenal niche with preserving generational wealth and knowledge and wisdom through journaling. That is a super niche, because you can find there is somebody who is looking to do that and get started with that. And then you can establish thought leadership around the importance of doing that, how that preserves legacy, how that creates resources, how that creates and provides generational wealth, because wealth isn't always financial. Wisdom is important as well. So you can get started on that literally right away. So Amber, if you ever thought that you needed to widen out, nope. Come on in, niche down. Okay, so I help men break sexual addictions and improve their self-image to fulfill their God-given purpose. That is good. And I would even I'm gonna put this up here because this was good. This was empathetic man. What I would even do is I would identify the type of man. And then you know what? You can go even deeper, and you can, when he says their God-given purpose, what if God gave you a specific purpose, right? What type of purpose? What's a purpose that a man that had a sexual addiction that he is unable to achieve because of his sexual addiction? So if you can say, I help men, I help African American men break sexual addictions and improve their self-image to fulfill God's given purpose for marriage. Ooh, now you've just niched down. To fulfill their God-given purpose in business, to fulfill their God-given purpose in, that's how you create thought leadership. So now all of those men are going to flock to you when they're trying to figure out why they're struggling to get married. They feel like they're called to get married, but they can't do it. Okay. So write down how you can uniquely serve that niche. So that's an infopreneurship. Books, workbooks, courses, non-negotiable. If you want to be a thought leader, if you call yourself a thought leader and you ain't got no book, try again. Run that playback. That is run that playback. Run it back. Go back. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna need that book. I'm gonna tell you why books are so powerful. You're gonna hear me talk about this, okay? Books are so powerful because it forces you to put your thought leadership on pages. It forces you to sit down and think about all the information that you know. It organizes all of your content effortlessly. So that if any moment you need to pull out a talk, you need to pull out a keynote, you need to pull out the training, you need to pull out a course, you have your own personal handbooks. And some of you have multiple books. You have there are so many layers to your thought leadership that you can cover a variety of topics. Put those things in a book first. I know you want to skip steps. I'm telling you, your thoughts are not well rounded because you have not spent the intimate time to develop them on paper first. Okay. So then, of course, after you have your books, or while you're creating your books, physical products, right? Some of you can create products that uniquely serve your niche and your target audience. I'm not going to go too much into that. And then, of course, events, live events, virtual events, they create the experience. They really stamp you. Like I believe in books, workbooks, courses in combo with events. When you let me tell you about events. Events, you're basically saying, I'm the expert. When you put your own events, I'm the expert. Y'all come and see me. You are establishing your own thought leadership. When you create an event, when you take the time to put together an event, to invite people to come, to hear you speak, you have said, I'm an expert, and I'm so confident that I'm an expert. I'm so confident that I'm a thought leader. And y'all are going to now come hear me. And then what that does is it connects, it ends up connecting you with your audience. The more events you put on, the more your stock rise. And then when you start putting on your own events, then people will start inviting you to come to theirs. When you are confident in your ability to thought lead, when you are confident in your niche and you start showing up, see, that's the problem. Some of you want to start stuff and you want everyone else to recognize you first. You want everyone else to invite you out first. You want everyone else to call you that first. And you got to start calling yourself that. You have to start hosting your own events that do that. You have to start creating your own content that says that you are. People believe what you tell them. If you have not told anyone who you are, what you do, if you have not established thought leadership in here first and with your own hands, good luck trying to get somebody else to believe it. So just wanted to go ahead and tell y'all that. All right. So number 4, find a consistency rhythm. Okay. I need y'all to put this in the comments for me. Okay. Can y'all put something in the comments for me? Because I need you to I need y'all ready? Thought leaders are consistent. Thought leaders are consistent. Write that down. Thought leaders are consistent. They consistently show up as who they are to impact the people that they are called to impact. If you are going to establish yourself as an authority, as an author, as a thought leader, as an influencer, if you are going to have people trust that the message inside of you is one that can cause impact and change in their lives, you are going to have to be consistent. Thank you. Thank y'all for following instructions. Thought leaders are consistent. And that's where many of you struggle. So when you have a niche and you have your book and you have your content, when it's time for you to show up as who you are, you'll never run out of content. Y'all, I'll never run out of content. I got stuff to talk about for days. There's so much untapped information stored up because I've done the work of being consistent. And let me tell you something. God will give you all the revelation that you need if you make the step. Holy Spirit is always talking, always giving revelation, always giving more information. So I'm gonna need y'all to be consistent because some of you want to be an influencer, but you have not developed a consistency rhythm. So what does that look like? A consistency rhythm means that I'm going to release a new book every year. A consistency rhythm means, and these are, I'm just using these as example. This is not like what you have to do. A consistency rhythm could be I'm writing a new book every year, or I'm writing a new book every quarter. A consistency rhythm is I'm hosting an event every quarter. A consistency rhythm is I'm going to go live on social media every day or once a week or twice a month. A consistency rhythm is I'm going to write a blog post every week. Like, are you guys following me? You cannot gain authority and really cultivate your niche if you don't talk to your niche. You have to be consistent with your niche. Okay. So once you understand your message, you found out what's unique about your message. Okay. Then you need to develop a consistency rhythm. And for some of you, you're like, I still don't know what my niche is. I'm telling you, your niche is the thing, is the most minute detail of what you're doing. And if you've already written your books, I want you to go think about something in your books or something someone has told you about your books, and you can build your niche around that. Okay. So after you find your consistency rhythm, look, I'm trying to read my handwriting. You need to take ownership and begin positioning yourself as the expert in your niche. You're gonna have to take ownership. And I already talked about that. Watch the last Kingdom Scribes. But when you find your niche, you got to own your niche. Okay. So some of you guys, let me see, let's look. I'm looking to see what some of y'all's niches were. Um, I'm trying to find help women who have suffered. Siobhan said, help women who are suffered from abuse find freedom from the traumas of the past by prioritizing yourself, right? So now all you talk about is that. Now you are the self you y'all need to sometimes y'all need to be the self-proclaimed expert of that. You are the self-proclaimed expert of helping women find freedom from trauma, from past trauma by prioritizing self. Man, do you know how many different products, Siobhan, can come out of that? There's self-care products, there's journals, that's candles, that's retreats, that's journals and workbooks. Okay. Teresa says, my niche is about the remnant of Israel and the spiritual remnant. And currently, there's a worldwide prayer movement for Israel called the Isaiah 62 fast. I've been writing about this for free for over 10 years to the point people are asking, where's my book? I told you. Okay. So, Teresa, as soon as you write your book, now people can, oh, that's so good, Holy Spirit. Y'all need a book because people need a way to digest your message. You need a book because people need a way to digest your message. Right now, your message is floating. So when you put that thing in a book, it's digestible, even if it's not everything, because you don't have to put everything in one book. You can put it in multiple books. So, Latoya says, high achieving women of faith that are the strong friends attaching worth to work because of past rejection. Latoya, that's good. So do you see how much there's look, I feel like Latoya, you got a book yet? I am your target audience, Latoya. One of the reasons why I work the way I worked, because I had a performance mentality because I was performing for my dad that was not in my life, and I was doing all the things so that someone could tell me good job because I just wanted to feel love. And that mindset carried over into my work life until I had to go and do. Y'all went through a lot of deliverance, healing therapy to divorce that mindset. But that started my behavior, this behavior of being a workaholic. Now, if you just would have said, I'm about to tell you how powerful that is, Latoya. If you just would have said, high achieving women, you help high achieving women, that's your strong friend, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have immediately associated myself. I'm like, oh yeah, we the strong friend, you the strong friend. But when you start saying because of past rejection, I immediately was able to identify myself. So now I want to hear you talk. Okay. I want to hear what you have to say, because maybe you have a solution. I've been praying, I've been going to therapy, I've been doing all the things, and I still can't shake this, right? That's what your people are saying. And so when you speak to your niche, you are immediately a thought leader. Now people are flying you out. Now people are asking you what you have to say. Now people are jumping on your lives. Now people are coming to your events because they know when you open your mouth, when they read your books, you're going to speak directly to them. Let me tell you something. Folks ain't got time for fluff. We don't have time for information that we do not need. We are tired of it. So when you overgeneralize yourself, look, you might as well toss your message out the window. So you need to take ownership. So I saw someone had put in the comments and said that you are a look, okay, who is that? I'm a self-proclaimed expert. Yes, I'm a self-proclaimed expert helping women find freedom in Christ through prioritize rest and wellness. Yes, be the self-proclaimed expert. And I know it's a little taboo because we've been taught to be like all humble and all this stuff. But I'm gonna tell you what, the ones that's talking the loudest about who they are the ones that's getting booked, are the ones that's getting the podcast interviews, are the ones that's getting invites to speak at conferences, are the ones that people are connecting with and showing up with. You can't be a secret success anymore. It's too much noise. You can't be a secret success anymore. It's too much noise. And let me tell you something. What I just feel God saying is like He wants to elevate many of you, but you are a secret success. So once you come out with your message, God is going to breathe on it. But you haven't nicked yourself down because you don't want to leave nobody out. And the Lord is like, I called you to a certain amount of people, and I'm waiting for you to take ownership of who I called you to serve. So you want God to blow on your ministry? You want God to blow on your book? You want God to blow on your course? You want God to blow on your business? Niche down. Niche down. Serve the people that really need what you have instead of trying to serve everybody. I remember when we first started this group, Kingdom Scribes Beyond the Book Media, and when we first started, I was not aware of our niche. And I don't know if we have any OGs that are watching live or watching a replay. And I remember my theme just being, we're going to help you write your story. I think my theme was, we help you tell stories that matter. And so we had this whole campaign of write your story, tell your story, share your story. And that worked. And then Holy Spirit started speaking to me. It was like, no, that's too general. God has called me to raise up. One of the things He told me, He's called me to raise up, to break generational curses and to help people create generational wealth by breaking generational curses. And one of the ways that He was going to do that was through writing books. And it was for those that are called to be kingdom financiers and influencers. I am called to influencers to help them break generational curses and produce generational wealth through written content that is super niche, right? So when I started shifting towards influencers, business owners, brands, leaders, right? I remember I got a lot of slack. People were like, well, I don't have a business. Well, I don't have a ministry. And over the years, I've had to keep niching down because I realized that, y'all, my message ain't for everybody. And I'm okay with that. There are some people that are y'all probably listening right now. Y'all like, what is this lady talking about? There are some people who want to write a book that don't want to do nothing with the book. They just wanted to write the book and say they're an author. I'm not called to you. There are some people that are writing for different reasons, and they just woke up one day and said, I'm going to write. I'm not called to you. There are some people that have a business, have a ministry, want to write a book, but they don't really want to share. They want to keep it a secret. I'm not called to you. What I am called, I'm called to people that already have an established platform or are currently in the process of establishing their platform, and they need a way to deliver their message effectively because they are called to influence and lead. Those are my people. So I had to start changing my message because I was getting frustrated trying to talk to people that aren't where I'm at, that I'm not called to. So when I start talking to the people that I'm called to, their baby leaps in their belly. They're like, oh my gosh, who is this Chanel woman? Because she's talking to me because I decided to niche down. That's how you find your niche. And it's an evolving process. And sometimes you might be niching in one season in one area. And then once you find self discovery, ooh, this is good. Once you find self discovery, then God may remove a layer and niche you down even more. Because the woman I am today, I was not 4 years ago. I did not have the confidence and the courage to stand in authority like I do right now. And so once that confidence and once that confidence and courage was established within me, right? Once I did the hard work and I'm realizing, oh yeah, I know who I am, I know who I'm called to. Now I can own these spaces. And so this is why I speak to y'all. And when you get on my lives, I'm talking kind of fast and I'm talking very direct because I know who you are because I was once you. I needed someone to say, wake up, get up, do this. You are called, you are anointed, you are appointed, you are an expert, you are a leader. Write your book, have the courage. People need you to stand in what you are. But if I just would have been generic, like, oh, I help Christian business owners, because that's what I was. Look, you said that that's you right now, your baby is leaping. Listen, so when you find your niche as an author, the main thing you need to do, if you don't take anything out from today's lesson, today's Kingdom Scribes podcast, I'm gonna let y'all go, is that you need to niche down. You need to find what is unique, find the unique thing, and then have the courage to go after that. Have the courage to be an expert. Have the courage to stand in that influence and watch your influence explode, because now you'll be attracting the right people. And then of course you'll get some other people, but you talk to those people. I don't gotta talk. Let me say something. I knew I'm gonna say this and I'm done because I have to tell my business so that you can understand about your business. I knew something needed to change when we were publishing books and people were telling me that they went through our programs and they wrote a book, they paid us all this money to publish the book and they didn't do nothing with their book. They did nothing with their book. I said, hold up. My company's name is Beyond the Book Media. So the book was just that was ground zero. That was level zero. So you mean to tell me that you went and paid all this money, you done set in all this training, you ain't did nothing with that book? I was irritated. I said, "Oh no, that means I'm not standing in my power. That means I'm not standing in my authority. That means I messed up somewhere because I either attracted the wrong person or I haven't been giving them the tools to do what they need to do." So when I started changing my message, I said, no, I'm not. I don't need to convince. I'm not convincing you that you're an expert. I'm not making you feel like you're a thought leader, that you have a message. I'm not convincing you that you got a message. If you find your message and you come on over here, that's great. But what I will do is I will talk to those who know they have a message, who know they're called to serve, who know they're called to lead, and maybe they just need a little push. That made my life easier, my life less stressful, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. You said drop my. Let me put my look. I'm gonna put my cash up in here if y'all want it. I will now. I will. Look, I ain't gonna. But what you can do, I will put my cash app. But if you know that you are called to write a book, just join the writing room. I'm gonna put my cash app in here just so y'all can have it. But join the writing room. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to put the at, but it's a dollar sign. Join the writing room. The writing room, I just feel like the writing room is birthing books, businesses, thought leaders, creatives, um, What'd you say? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Uh Listen, I'm trying to see who you are. I see your comment. I'm gonna address that because we've had people do that too. We've had people pay us thousands of dollars to publish stuff and never sent stuff in. Oh yeah, okay? So yes, it had to be your fear of success. Absolutely, it had to be your fear of success, and so that's why we started changing. I'm gonna be honest. We really started changing because me having your money is not enough. Let me tell y'all a little bit about the writing room. I'm gonna drop the link in here. The writing room is our monthly coaching membership for those that know that you are called to write books, content, courses, trainings, curriculum, and you need a space to be accountable. So we have a virtual room in which you can come in, and it is led by a coach. Y'all about to really cash at me for real. Look, I'm about to give y'all. Let's see, what is my? I have no idea what. I don't know what my Zelle. I don't know what my Zelle is. I don't know what my Zelle is. Um, I have no idea what my Zelle is. I can't even. I don't even know what. I don't even use it. I use Cash App. And I think if you PayPal, okay, hold on. If you PayPal me at this email address, Lord have mercy. Now I ain't gonna turn down, some lunch on some of y'all. Look, this is my lunchtime. This is my lunch break. All right, I just put it in there. That's my if you need me on PayPal, I think you can PayPal me. And I'm only doing this because you asked. My thing is I I make I we do well when you guys walk in purpose. Did y'all catch that? We do well. I create wealth when I help other people create wealth. Mm. I make money when I help you create money. So my job is to help you. My job is to help you create money because when you create money, I create money. When you do well, you go back and tell somebody else, and then you bring more and more people. That's the thing. When you find your niche and you do well in it, because now you're not trying to talk to everybody, now you're not exhausted from the people that. Let me tell you something. Talking to people that you're not called to, y'all, that's exhausting. Some of y'all tired because you're talking to folks that can't even receive what you have to say. Seriously, you're talking to people that can't even receive who you are. And I'm telling you, you're not going to lose out. You are going to gain by finding your niche. So, again, you find your niche by first finding your message. And then once you find your message, okay, once you find your message, then you go find the place that is, then you go find a part of the message that is super unique, that not a lot of people are talking about. Then you start talking about it. And now you're the thought leader. One last thing. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. All right. You work on Saturday. We're actually launching on Thursdays in about 2 weeks. Yep, in June. In June we'll be launching Thursdays. So, watch out for that and then you can come in on Thursdays from 8 to 10 and be a part of the community. All right. So, what I wanted to say was this. One of the things that I had to do in order to really find my niche was be comfortable with with people copying. Okay. But I became a thought leader. So I do want to give you a caveat. When you decide to go ahead and become a thought leader in that area, be mindful that folks gonna copy. But you got to thought leadership first. So you'll always be known as the expert. So I wish I could tell you that folks wouldn't try to copy off of you. Yes, Cheryl, there's going to be 2 sessions. That's good. There will be Saturday and Thursdays. Yep. There will be Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m., the same Saturday sessions. And then on Thursday, there'll be 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. We actually had a misfire and we was telling people to come on Thursday, but that doesn't start until June. Oh, is the date? The program is ongoing, Stephanie, so you can jump in whenever you want to. You said there's a popular girl who is plagiarizing your stuff and not even giving credit. Joy, if I had $1 for everybody that done bit off of, it's okay. Let me stop. I'm not even gonna go there today. And I got receipts and I got proof, and they are very well known and popular people that are doing the things, and they know me. Let me just stop. I'm not even gonna, I'm gonna step out of that. I'm going to step out of that right now. But yeah, you guys can join the writing room at any time. We did have a big campaign in which we had some bonuses, but some of you know the urgency of going ahead and getting started. Okay, really quick, I'm about to jump off. Any of you guys have any questions about finding your niche, about being a thought leader, about being an influencer? Let me know. Drop your questions in the comments, and I will I know, Rashida, it is a shame, but it's not my sauce. You are absolutely right. It's a shame. It's not my sauce. So for you, don't be worried about folks copying. I think that'd be another thing that we do. We're so worried about people stealing our ideas. Whatever, whatever. Can I do a quick recap? Absolutely. So the 5 points in finding your niche as an author or thought leader. So number one, understand your message and what makes you unique about your message. Number two, find who needs your niche. Find those groups, search community groups that cater to your niche. Go do profiles, find about 20 people in those groups and go see who they are. Once you do that, write down how you can uniquely solve their niche. So, and that can, we start with infopreneurship, which is books, workbooks, courses, and then physical products, definitely events. Books with events, info products with events work phenomenally. Number four, find a consistency rhythm, because thought leaders, once you identify your niche, you want to be consistent. And number five, take ownership and begin positioning yourself as the. I'm gonna put in the comments. Look. This is how I want y'all to be. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the comments. Hold on. I need y'all to see. Y'all need to see the petty in me. This is what I need y'all to be. I need y'all to position yourself as the expert. My friends, they make fun of me. They call me the Chanel Martin. So they be like, the Chanel Martin. I'm like, quit calling me that. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. All right. So I think I've answered all of y'all's questions. If this was good, and you felt like this spoke to you, why don't you take the next step? Join the writing room. You can go to beyondthebookmedia.com/the writing room. Also, if you love this, invite a friend to join you next time. We'll be back here next Friday. I'm looking at the calendar. Yep. I'll be back here next Friday with another something to talk about. And then if you want to watch past ones, we had a really powerful one last Friday. You can check it out on our YouTube or on our Facebook groups. But it's been real. I love you guys. Happy Friday, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.